Arcadian Vanguard presents The Wrestling News, and your daily wrestling newscast for Wednesday, February 7th, 2024. Good morning. Filling in today for Mike Sempervive, I'm Lou Kipilman. We begin today with NXT, broadcast last night on USA Network from the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. In the main event, NXT champion Ilya Dragunov defeated Donovan Dijak, thanks in part to outside interference from Joe Gacy. After the match, Dragunov was attacked by Carmelo Hayes. Earlier in the night, Hayes explained during an in-ring promo why he turned on Trick Williams at Vengeance Day last Sunday.
Trick, you went behind my back, and you went after something that belonged to me. And at that very moment, I knew I had to do what I had to do. So the million-dollar question that everybody wants to know, did I attack Trick Williams? You're damn right I did.
In another earlier promo, Dragunov had tried to call out Hayes to explain himself, only to be confronted instead by Dijak, which led to a pull-apart brawl. Dusty Cup winners Bron Breakker and Baron Corbin challenged NXT Tag Team Champions the D'Angelo family to a match for next week's show. The challenge came after Breakker and Corbin attacked Nathan Frazer and Axiom after that duo's victory over Malik Blade and Edris Enofe. In other results, Lexis King beat Riley Osborne, Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson defeated Fallon Henley and Ren Sinclair, and Roxanne Perez went over Lola Vice. In ratings news, the rating for AEW Collision rebounded from last week's record lows. The total audience for the show was 404,000, up from last week's bottoming out of 300,000 viewers, according to WrestleNomics. Last Saturday's Collision went head-to-head with WWE's Royal Rumble, which was streaming on Peacock. The rating in the key demographic was 0.12, up 100% from last week's 0.06, and equating to 157,000 viewers. In legal news, Cash Wheeler, real name Daniel Wheeler, is facing criminal charges for a summer 2023 road rage incident, according to PW Insider. Prosecutors in Orange County, Florida, are reportedly pursuing charges of aggravated assault with a firearm in connection with Wheeler's July 23rd arrest for allegedly brandishing a firearm at a motorist he had cut off on Interstate 4. A hearing has been set for February 20th. Wheeler entered a plea of not guilty at the time of the arrest. The criminal case against Liv Morgan, real name Gianna Daddio, has been officially closed, according to PW Insider. Daddio had faced charges of possession of synthetic cannabinoid and possession of cannabis, stemming from a December 2023 arrest. Her first charge had already been dropped, but the second charge had been sent to another court prior to being closed yesterday. In WWE news, Ava Raine, daughter of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, deactivated her Twitter account yesterday after claiming to have been targeted with multiple death threats. The threats and other negative backlash directed against Raine were reportedly connected to the polarizing segment on last Friday's SmackDown, in which her father appeared to change the predicted main event of WrestleMania, replacing Cody Rhodes as the potential challenger to Universal Champion Roman Reigns. Although it is not determined if the change will be permanent, or if it is part of an elaborate storyline, it has been met with widespread disapproval from fans both online and live at WWE events. It also comes days after Johnson was named to the board of directors of TKO Group, the company that owns WWE. Before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The wrestling news can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the wrestling news across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the wrestling news. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.